Hey, family. One love, wholeness and balance to all you beautiful Buddhas. Everyone is Buddhaful because everyone is a full Buddha. Just have to awaken to the truth of that. Today is day 55 of dry fasting 23 hours a day and juicing for an hour a day. And before I shared my dinner, I had some thoughts I wanted to share about recent times and energies. As an energy being, we're all beings of light and frequency and vibration. And over the last few days, we had some big solar activity, followed with the some Schumann resonance activity. And I wanted to shed a little light on that. Some people may not know about what the Schumann resonance is, but essentially it's the base frequency of the Earth. It's one of the benefits of grounding, as you get to tie in your circadian rhythms and your biorhythms to the rhythms of the Gaia Mother. And so, for years and years, the base frequency of the Earth has been 7.8 hertz, and in recent years and months, it has been, really spiking. I think this week it got into the 70s, like 76, I want to say. And there's been some longer spikes, and so you may be experiencing some symptoms, maybe some drowsiness or some, emotional stuff or what have you. This is part of our bodies trying to calibrate to these change in frequencies that are happening. So, it's what I understand as part of the ascension process that we're all going through collectively as full Buddhas, that everyone's higher self is just as smart as everyone else's higher self. The thing about the breatharian lifestyle is that there's nothing superior about being a breatharian except that you have superior habits and get to have a superior experience. Other than that, we're all the same in the Dharmakaya. We're all full Buddhas. And, it's this rising of the Bodhi heart, the heart of compassion, wisdom, that is occurring. It may break our hearts open, but that's the thing, is to practice mindfulness, to learn to be in the suffering and the joy fully. Then you can get this full Buddha experience, this full awakening experience. So wanted to chant about that for a minute. Also wanted to talk about becoming more sensitive, that there's many empaths and people who already have maybe too much sensitivity. And there's herbs that you can use on the one hand, and practices like astragalus that increases your protective chi, things like grounding so you can connect in with the base frequency of the Earth, especially with dirty electromagnetic fields and maybe toxic vibes of other people and stuff like that. But really, ultimately, I think we all want to be increasing our sensitivity, because our sensitivity is connected with our intelligence and our responsibility. So that word responsibility, people take the wrong way with this harsh connotation, but it has within it its meaning, your ability to respond. So that's where meditation is super key in terms of cultivating mindfulness, so that we have the greater ability to respond to situations and circumstances. And then there's all these other, practices like, fasting, working with vision medicine, grounding, sun gazing. I wanted to speak about my dreadlocks. A lot of people wearing locks out there. This is just the way ancients wore hair. This is what happens to hair, natural hair, when you don't comb it. It starts to lock up. And this can actually increase your sensitivity and your ability as an electrical being to pick up vibrations. Because if you think about I don't know, I'm pretty vintage, I grew up in the 80s, and they used to have these little rabbit ears for the TV to pick up the radio signal. And the ones that were coiled got better signal than the ones that were just straight. So that's what's happening here. This is a silica crystal that if you let it coil up like this, it's like having all these antennae that can pick up the vibrations. So there's things like that. Also with respect to like chronic living, you know, you may have saw yesterday I did a post about my brain tonic tincture that has lion's mane and rosemary. I use that pretty regularly, and every day in my power shake, I put power shake, I put aloe digest, I put usually biofruit. These are all products from Purium Superfoods that can help you also increase your vibration. That thing of your diet is a massive part of, you know, raising your vibration, and particularly using plant foods because they're high in biophotons and because they're picking up these electromagnetic frequencies of the Schumann resonance. So you imbibe those and you get these light code downloads. Same with sun gazing. So, and then I'll put in some lion's mane, and I've also been, you know, I've very much love the Rasta tradition and the Taoist tradition and Buddhist tradition. I consider those to be my faiths, so to speak. And so there's this whole connection with cannabis, and I've been loving my relationship with cannabis for 20 years, and it was what brought me to a greater sense of direct spirituality, my love of herbalism, you know, permaculture and consciousness and awareness. But since I've been doing this dry fast, I've had no interest in working with cannabis, but I have been microdosing psilocybin. I'm no longer called to like fantastic trips because I feel like the secret's in the secretions. If you got enough of an endogenous dose of your own serotonin, it would be chemically, it's the same as psilocybin. You have your own endogenous cannabinoids, you have DMT. So all these practices are about awakening the secretions within. And I have some friends out there who've been reaching out to me who have been dealing with mental health issues. You know, I think it's a very trying time. And so these are some of my tools that have helped me feel resilient, happy, and strong through all these things. You know, the sun gazing, the meditation, you know, the psilocybin microdose, the brain tonic, you know, very exercise is a massive one. So I just wanted to share these tips and tools and chant about that a little bit, chant about my dreadlocks and my love of dreadlocks and people who wear dreadlocks. We're all kind of a bit of a family of Earth Tribe, you know, and so I hope you got something from this. I'll now share with you what I'm going to have for breakfast. Giving thanks for this wonderful rain. God bless. We're just needing some too. It's been hot. Hey family, it's raining buckets. One other quick point I wanted to add about working with lion's mane or psilocybin mushrooms is that they regrow the myelin sheathing of nerves and neurons. And so these nerves and neurons are like the electrical cables for the prana, the electricity to move through your body. So if you want to upgrade your electrical cables, there's some great herbs to work with. Family, so here's the dinner lineup. Gonna have usual coconut water. Got this is cotton candy, grape, and celery juice. Gonna have my usual goji berry tea that I'm gonna put in my power shake with the hydrogen water, and I'm gonna have a kombucha, and maybe I'll have some tea. So I hope you got something from this. One love, family.